Hi everyone, it's Kino here. Welcome to day 2 of the yoga challenge. Yay! Today's lesson is all about strength. So if you watched the video already and you practice with me, that's awesome! But if not, remember you can go to omstars.com and sign up for the Yoga Is Challenge and you get 31 days of practice with me. Yay! All new videos, practice, commercial free. How awesome is that? So today's lesson is all about strength, and I'm here to talk to you about strength. I also have a blog that I just wrote about strength, so you're welcome to read that too, and all of those links will be in the bottom of the caption of the video, right underneath. Remember to like this video if you're enjoying these daily challenge applied yoga lessons, talks that I'm giving here on YouTube. This is something totally new, and I love to hear your encouragement about it. So let's talk about strength. So many people think that strength in yoga just means like squeezing your abdominal muscles or like pumping up your upper body or squeezing and working the muscles. But the journey of strength in yoga is so much more than that. All of the yoga postures are really tools or foundations, you could say, kind of like pathways that take you into a deeper relationship with yourself and then ultimately with the world around you. So the lesson of strength comes from the Sanskrit word sthira or sthitau, strength and steadiness, first in the mind and then expressed and articulated in the body. All these years ago when I started practicing, I've been practicing for more than 20 years. I was not naturally strong. I was never a dancer. I was never a gymnast. I was never anything physical. Instead, I was inspired, so inspired to learn all of the deep, powerful, strength-building movements of yoga because it represented for me something about expanding the possibility of the potential of the body. I remember trying to lift up, trying to do headstand, handstand, all these poses that were just completely impossible. And it seemed like a magical mystery to me. And I asked all these people, hey, how do you do it? I remember people were discouraging. I remember people saying to me, hey, Kino, your legs are too big to lift up. Your arms are too short. You don't have the right body type for it. And most of the time, all the people who can do those lift ups, they're mostly strong dudes anyway. So maybe it's better for you not to try. And I remember thinking, man, I really want to try. So the first lesson of strength is the decision to believe in yourself. In your dream, even if the feedback you get from the whole world says, don't bother, don't try, that's impossible, the first lesson is faith, faith in yourself. As though you say to yourself, hey, I believe that this is possible. So I started working on strength. It wasn't easy, but I started working on it. And little by little, I got stronger and stronger. And 20 years later, I'm able to do some of the things that I thought were completely impossible. There is a yoga teacher who many people refer to as all of our teachers' teacher. His name is Krishnamacharya. Krishnamacharya is quoted as saying that the practice of yoga is the process of making the impossible possible, and then over a lifetime of practice, making the possible effortless and easy. And I can really testify to that being my journey in the yoga practice. I went from this impossible feeling like all of the lift ups could never happen, like I was the weakest person in the room, to having it feel like, yeah, I can do this, to having things like headstand be an integrated part of my daily practice. And I know that that journey is possible for you. So what today's lesson of the challenge is to have just enough faith in yourself, just enough strength to say the words, I believe. I believe that if I keep practicing, one day I'll find more strength too. And that's a really important testament of faith, because what that also says is that you believe in your worthiness. You believe, hey, I'm worth it. I'm worth trying. I'm worth it. And that is a true testament of strength and faith. Something you can really take off your mat and apply into your everyday life. Well, this is how it happened for me as well. When I got the idea that I wanted to start teaching, I had the same feedback from the world. People were like, who are you? What do you have to share? What's new about you? When I wanted to write a book, the same thing. People said, why do you want to write a book? Who cares? What's unique about your voice? There's so many people that have been practicing longer than you. I said, you know what? I want to try anyway. Well, I wrote a manuscript. I sent it out to book agents, over 100 book agents. I got turned down. I didn't get a reply from over 90 of them. The 10 that wrote me back said that they didn't believe in me and that I was a bad writer and that I wasn't a unique voice and that I should basically go back to writing school and develop a better voice. Then I sent the manuscript out to another 50 book agents that were out there. I heard back from two, one that said, I kind of like what you're doing, but you need to develop yourself much more. The last one said, I believe in your message and your teaching. Let's work on it together. Well, of course, I said yes to that agent, and we worked on it together, and that was so meaningful. It only takes one person to believe in you so that you can continue, in something like that. And that's really important, right? So what's the second lesson of strength? Put in the work. Humbly be willing to put in the work, no matter how long it takes, no matter what it takes. Be willing to do that, not for a predetermined length of time, but stay the course. If it takes you 100 tries, 200 tries, 1,000 tries, the lesson that you learn from picking yourself back up over and over again from those impossible yoga poses is how to face seemingly impossible situations in your life. Don't expect every door to be opened for you. Don't expect everything to happen just because you visualize your manifestation of your dreams. You're gonna have to work for it, You can't just lie in your bed and visualize that the perfect, job offer is gonna come in your inbox while you're not doing anything. Get up and put in the work. That's one of the important lessons of strength. Not with control, not with overdoing it, not with force, but with full faith that you're going to meet the universe halfway there. Wait for that one door that's right for you to open, but meet it halfway there. Otherwise, if you're not prepared, that door is open and you're not ready for it. That is a really important lesson of strength. Be willing to put in the work. Face failure over and over again. There's an ancient Chinese saying that says that failure is the mother of success, and that's really, really true. How many times you fail, pick yourself back up again with a little more faith, a little more humility, a little more strength, and stay the course. The last lesson of strength is the state of mind that I'd referred to earlier in this talk called sthira, strength and steadiness of mind. This includes the state of meditation or the equanimous mind, where the mind is perfectly balanced and not attached to outcomes. Sometimes we think we're being strong when we're really being stubborn. So when we kind of say, I'm going to do it again and again and again and again, we think we're building strength, but we're actually just fueling kind of a repetitive pattern of stuckness and stagnation. Let me give you an example. I remember when I was working, the posture called Pincha Mayurasana, which is a forearm balance. I've got a ton of videos here on YouTube about forearm balance. So if you don't know what that is, definitely check one of those out. So I was learning forearm balance. I was so frustrated. I was like, I'm going to be strong. I'm going to do it again and again and again. And one day I did the posture over 20 times. And I actually felt my strength and my mental attitude deteriorating. I got so mad at myself, so frustrated with myself, so frustrated with the practice, so mad at other people that could do the pose so easily. And then after that, I said, I'm not going to do that again. It was later in the day. I was a little embarrassed by, my obsession with that particular asana. And I thought, you know what? I am going to try a new method. I'm going to have a different type of strength. I'm going to commit to getting on the mat every day, trying my difficult pose. And I really started to apply a rule that I learned from, American baseball, which is 3 strikes and you're out. You got 3 good tries. After that, you're out. Not forever, just for now. You can live to try another day. And I think that's really, really important because we think that we're going to be strong in this moment and we can, with the power of the mind, force the body into submission. That's not strength. That's stubbornness. That's force. That's ego. So strength in yoga, sthita, strength and steadiness of mind. A calm, steady mind that's able to see clearly, to let go of what needs to be let go of, to have faith that all is coming if you just keep practicing. This is a really, really good lesson when you can take that off of your mat and into your life. So how does that work? Well, one of the hardest things in terms of emotional and mental strength is to not take the bait of other people's negativity. I think this requires such a strong strength of mind and discipline so that when you decide yourself, I am going to spread love, I am going to speak positively, I'm going to be happy and joyful. Wonderful, good for you. But then you might find yourself in other circumstances in your life where someone comes home, maybe a friend or family member, and they're in a bad mood. And they take it out on you a little bit. It's so easy to take the bait in that moment and just ignite World War III in your home. It's so easy online, in the online world. I can't tell you how many strange, hurtful, biting comments that people leave me here on YouTube, on Instagram, everywhere, even emails. Recently, I got this email string from someone that was just, paragraphs of hatred telling me how I was a terrible person and how I should quit teaching yoga and go into hiding and I was just disgraced to the yoga world. And it's that type of negativity that's so easy to just take the bait. You want to defend yourself. You want to say, hey, I'm not that bad person. Hey, I am a good person. You want to kind of prove that you're good enough. But in actuality, it takes so much strength to just observe. This person is operating in a sphere of negativity. You do not have to engage with it in that moment. The appropriate response, if anything, is compassion. I'm so sorry that you had a bad day. I'm so sorry that you live in that world where you've generated that much negativity. There's a story from the teaching of the Buddha, and I am a 20-year meditator in the style of Vipassana meditation, as well as a over 20-year yoga practitioner. And I really believe in both yoga and meditation to give you a strong mind and a happier, more peaceful life. That's why I create these videos, these challenges. That's why I teach, because I benefited so much from this practice, and I know you can too. So there's a story from the teaching of the life of the Buddha where a bunch of angry people came to argue with him about all of the philosophy, and they arrived and they were kind of esteemed members of the society, and they said to him, we believe you're wrong for all of these reasons, and we believe you're a bad person for all of these reasons. They said all of the reasons why the Buddha was an absolutely horrible person and his teaching was flawed, and he smiled and said, oh, thank you so much for bringing me this gift. However, I will not receive this gift of your anger. You're welcome to take it upon yourself and return to your own home. So that requires so much strength. You have to have so much self-confidence, so much faith in yourself. You have to know in your heart that you're aligned with your deeper purpose to not take the bait of negativity. And that requires so much strength, so much discipline. You learn it on the mat. First, by not taking the bait of your own negativity. I can't tell you how often when I tried to lift up and I tried to do headstand, I tried to do handstand, that voice of doubt would come up. That voice would say to me, Kino, you were never a gymnast. Who are you kidding? Kino, your thighs are too big. Who are you kidding? Kino, you're just a weak girl. Like, you're never going to be able to do a handstand. That choice in that moment to say, you know what? That's the familiar voice of doubt rooted in the past, creating the same old future as though the future looks just like the past. And I am going to be strong enough to choose faith, to choose belief, to choose one more breath. And this is the way you can learn the lessons on the mat and apply them into your life. A strong, peaceful, equanimous mind is the heart and essence of what it means to be a yogi. If you want to join me for the practice, remember omstars.com. You'll get a code for a free month of OmStars. I hope you fall in love with my online channel, OmStars. It's really my creation from the heart. I'm sharing that with you because I believe that there needs to be a space in the online world that's dedicated to the true spiritual journey of yoga. When you become part of the OmStars community, you join a really, really small team of dedicated yogis who all believe that when you practice yoga, you make the world a better place. We believe in bringing the tools of traditional practice right into the homes of people all over the world to make these traditional teachings accessible, and you support this dream. It is completely my project, completely my dream. There's no big business behind. It's just me, a girl on a yoga mat who loves this practice and hopes that you get inspired to make the world a better place. This is day 2 of the Yoga Is Challenge, where we dive into what yoga really is. There are 31 days of practice with brand new videos from me, and I hope you are feeling inspired. I hope you're feeling stronger and stronger in your heart, in your mind, and in your life. Thanks for joining, everyone. Namaste.